Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
All right, it looks like one fine day in the Emerald City. Am I right? The award for best blue skies, I'd say Tooele County right now. Goodness gracious, it's pretty out there. Friday, coming in with above average temperatures. You're going to look towards Antelope Island, though, and kind of see that layer of haze. This time of year, we still get high pressure bringing in inverted conditions, but doesn't really have a grasp to hold on for very long due to the changing solar angle. High pressure with its clockwise flow impacting the western United States. We've got very dry skies, quiet pattern, sinking air, and temperatures on the up and up. As we look at southern Utah, our Black Desert Sky Cam showing a little bit of cloud cover down there in Ivins, but they still hit the mid-70s. That is near perfect. I mean, that's just an opinion. You may like it cold, hot, but somewhere in between. 75 is gorgeous, and that's what we've seen for this Friday down south. 72 in St. George proper. 40s and 50s along the Wasatch Front. 51 in Heber, 57 in Vernal, 59 in Moab. Close to 60 degrees in places like Delta. We get there in Cedar City. Along the 24-hour temperature change, you actually get to see as a whole that most areas have actually jumped above where they were yesterday by a substantial amount. Salt Lake is the outlier. We're actually 2 degrees cooler, so we really did bump yesterday. That warming trend still underway, and it's going to impact us into our Saturday. 6-hour temperatures showing 50s, turning into 40s. Clear skies, and that allows those temperatures to really bottom out. By ABC4 News at 10, we'll hit 40 degrees. And we'll see a cooler overnight before we warm things up. As we look at the weekend split here, you can see that cold, wet air with below average temperatures over there on the East Coast as well as in the central United States. But the west, we've got that ridge, and that ridge is going to keep us nice and quiet as we head into our Saturday. That means that we'll see above average temperatures, not just for us, but for many states, including our neighbors, as we get through the next 24 hours. The ridge does break down, though, and I'm going to show you why. Futurecast, really quiet. We're keeping our eye on this cutoff low. The path of that low matters because it's got a counterclockwise flow and will funnel in moisture, which you notice here on our Futurecast, by Saturday afternoon for the southern half of the state. Now, we could see a few isolated showers, but the path of the low now favors south central and southeastern Utah. Those showers will love the higher terrain. Speaking of wet weather, the model peppers some in by Sunday evening with some mountain snow and in the southwestern corner of the state. Look to the west, a lot of wet weather there, and that means an active pattern is really ready to return. As we look at precipitation potential for Monday, I want to forewarn you early that soggy setup is what we're going to see as we head into our next work week. A valley rain, mountain snow event on Monday with an organized system moving in. I'll show you what it looks like on the big picture here. That ridge gets displaced, moves out of there, and then here comes that low counterclockwise flow. It's pulling a little further to the east, meaning St. George, it's a very slight chance you could see some isolated shower activity, but places like Lake Powell, Kanab, Moab, Blanding, they could. As we look at the upper level, you look to the west and you see that more organized storm system that's going to move in and impact us for our Monday. Cooler, wetter, and that just kicks off a pattern that keeps us on the cooler side as we step away from above average warmth, with storms continuing to drop on in, and they're going to move right through Utah, bringing precip potential for several days. Regional forecast for tomorrow, mid-50s in Salt Lake. That's going to be really pretty. 52 in Logan, 60 in Provo, so we really warm things up a little bit. 60s and 70s on the eastern side of the state. Low 70s expected in St. George. That cloud cover could cap daytime heating just a tiny bit. As we look at that 7-day for Washington County, we see increasing clouds by Sunday with a slight chance. Wet weather on Monday with rain in St. George, isolated and scattered showers for the midweek. The Wasatch Front, okay, fairly similar, 50s, but I think that southwest flow on Sunday is going to crank the numbers into the 60s, and then very active skies return Monday through Friday with rain to start, a valley rain, mountain snow setup, and we're going to see that snow level sort of want to drop. For now, let's just enjoy the sunshine and send it over to someone who does. Wes, over to you.
Thank you.